Wisconsin's best and Wisconsin's worst for January 3rd. What's up, Tappers? I am Charlie. This is our new YouTube segment called Wisconsin's Best and Wisconsin's Worst. If you did not watch the first one, go back and watch what we did the first time. I also have an FAQ on our YouTube page. If you are unfamiliar with SnowTap or Sports News on Tap, however you want to say it, we are at snowtapwi.com. We also have a podcast. It is great. But let's get into the best and worst thing about yesterday. The obvious best thing is the Green Bay Packers. They got it done. They are the 1 seed. Everything runs through Lambeau Field for the first time since 2011. It feels good to say that, right? It feels good to have the Green Bay Packers be the top team in the NFC for the first time in a long time. All of these championship games Aaron Rodgers has been in, he's had to go to the other opponent's stadium. Not anymore. Aaron Rodgers will get to host, if the Packers get to the championship game, at Lambeau Field, and the next time the Packers would be on the road would be in Tampa Bay. It's great to see. You love to see it, especially against all the potential teams that you could face at Lambeau. There's really only one team that's acclimated for the Lambeau Field weather, and that is the Chicago Bears. We've already seen what the Packers have done to the Bears twice, right? The Bears tried to slow it down. They tried to take the air out of Aaron Rodgers, and it didn't fucking work. The Packers put up 35 on their asses without any problem. It was very impressive to watch what Green Bay did without having the ball for as little time as they did. The Bears got field goals, and that did not win them games. So we've already seen that. But the Bears are acclimated to the Lambeau Field weather. I will give them that credit. But the Los Angeles Rams certainly aren't. We've seen Jared Goff struggle in cold weather games. Now, who knows? Maybe John Wolford, the backup quarterback, the one who's keeping his LinkedIn profile active, maybe he'll be able to handle the cold weather of Lambeau Field, unlike his boy, Jared Goff. Then you have Tom Brady. I want Tom Brady to come to Lambeau Field, right? I think there was a Washington player that said we want Tom, and that's kind of be careful what you wish for. But guess what? As a Packer fan, I want to see Tom Brady in Lambeau in the cold weather because guess what? I know that old guys do not do well in Lambeau. Look at in January. Look at Brett Favre. Brett Favre has struggled in the cold when he got old. Those bones, man, you just can't handle that cold of weather. And if it is below freezing at Lambeau Field, it is going to be a problem for Tom Brady. Tom Brady is going to struggle in that environment. I want Tom Brady to come and deal with the cold of Lambeau Field. It will bring back good vibes of the Bucs and Packers in the playoffs like the 90s. And who knows, maybe Ndamukong Suh gets in Aaron Rodgers' face and we have Sap Favre all over again, just another generation. You also have the Washington football team, who they have a good defense, could give some Aaron Rodgers some trouble, but they have no offense to speak of. I think the Packer defense would prevail there. Seattle Seahawks have always seen Lambeau as the demons, just like we see the 12s in Seattle as a real problem. I can't believe I said the 12s. I will probably have to go puke now. And then New Orleans Saints, it's the same thing with Brady as it is for Breeze. Those old bones, those ribs can't handle Lambeau Field in January. There are a lot of teams that will be struggling with the cold. So now everybody's worst fear in the NFC about having to win at Lambeau Field has come true. Hope you are ready for it. As for the Wisconsin's worst, it is time, fans. It's time, Packer fans. It's time, Tappers, that I admit I was wrong about Kevin King. I was wrong about Kevin King, okay? I had said at the start, I'd said for a lot of years that Kevin King was a better choice over TJ Watt. Now, there's more investigation that needs to happen. We got to look at who the edge rushers were, and there's a lot more that's going to go into this, and it's probably a podcast that we'll do sometime in the offseason. But Kevin King is not the player that TJ Watt is. TJ Watt is on his way to maybe being the defensive player of the year this year. TJ Watt is leading the NFL in sacks. I think he has 16 on the season. He's had a really good year. He's been an impressive athlete for his entire career with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's about time that I admit finally that I have lost that argument. And it's big of me. It's big of me to admit this. Kevin King, man, oh, I'm just so sick of watching Kevin King play football. Kevin King just dives at ankles. He had that awful missed tackle that should have been a loss of 2 yards, but Kevin King dove it at, I think it was Montgomery's ankles or Mooney. I think it was Mooney. Dove his ankles, completely missed it. He's getting picked on by all these teams, and they're going to try to exploit Kevin King in the postseason, and Kevin King's going to have to be a little bit better in the postseason. Now, if Kevin King has his Sam Shields moment, like Sticky Shields had in the playoffs, and goes on this crazy run, maybe all will be forgiven. And maybe I will not even remember that I thought TJ Watt was better than him. But I have to admit it. I have to admit when I'm wrong. It was a bad decision. And yes, they should have probably went with TJ Watt, given that he's been a powerful edge rusher. But if you had TJ Watt, who knows? Maybe you don't sign Zadarius Smith. So just consider that. Like, I think that actually is the question, right? Would you rather have TJ Watt now as a Packer, or would you rather have Zadarius Smith? That to me is the one to chew on a little bit. Think about that a little bit. Get back to me. Hey, maybe sound off in the comments. That would be great. But yes, that is Wisconsin's Worst, Wisconsin's Best for Sunday. We'll be back for Monday's edition tomorrow. We have a Bucks game. We have who knows what else coming down the pipeline. We'll definitely have Wisconsin's Worst and Wisconsin's Best for you tomorrow. Subscribe to us. Also follow us on all the social medias. Listen to our podcast, the SnowTap WI Network. We are there for you in all facets. You can read us. You can hear us. You can now see us. All right. Take care, Tappers. Have yourself a great Monday. Bye.